Welcome to your second stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and election news report for Saturday, November 7th. This morning, the Associated Press called the election for President-elect Joe Biden. Democrats all across the country are celebrating as we speak, and Republicans are very upset. I will be going over what this means for stimulus moving forward in today's video. Also, how stimulus negotiations are going to be extremely tense moving forward. I just want to state that even though Joe Biden has been announced the winner, there are still recounts that will take place, and there are still multiple lawsuits happening right now from Republicans as well. I don't see President Trump taking the lead back from Joe Biden, but you never know. Going forward on this channel, to make things simple, to make things very easy to understand, we are going to proceed as if President-elect Joe Biden will be the President of the United States for the next 4 years, beginning on January 21st, 2021. Before I get into this stimulus update, first, I just want to ask, did you get a chance to watch my video that I did earlier this morning, where I go over the top 7 side hustles to earn extra income from home? If you didn't get a chance, I highly recommend you go and watch that right now. I'll link to that down in the description box below. Also, just want to apologize, my throat is a little bit hoarse today. I have been doing many coaching calls, been on a lot of different meetings just over the past probably 12 hours doing business and other things like that. So I think I'm coming down with a cold, but let's try to bear with me for a little bit. We will get through this together, and let me provide you with the stimulus update for today. So, what does a Biden presidency mean for stimulus? Well, first, we need to understand what is going to happen with the Senate race as well. Currently, all predictions have Republicans remaining in control of the Senate. That means that we will have a divided Congress. We will have a divided government. We will have Democrats in control of the House. We also have a Democrat in control of the White House. And we will have Republicans in control of the Senate. Reports right now are indicating that the most likely outcome of the Senate races is we will be divided 49 to 51 with a Republican majority in the Senate. This means that stimulus will need to go through Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, which, as we all know, he is not one for just supporting and agreeing to a large, comprehensive stimulus package like Nancy Pelosi wants. Now, we all know how much stimulus is needed right now for the American people and the economy. The American people are hurting, and the timing of this election didn't help one bit. The COVID cases are surging. Yesterday, the United States saw 132,797 new cases and 1,223 deaths. We also have hospitalizations that are increasing as well. We are at a little bit over 54,000 hospitalizations and climbing. We also have over 11,000 COVID patients in intensive care. Right now, hospitals are not at capacity yet. However, experts are predicting we will get there. It's just a matter of time. So, the COVID situation is not getting any better, and without stimulus, the American people are going to suffer for many more months. Here's what we know regarding stimulus moving forward. This is what we know based on all reports and all predictions from economists, experts, and some people within our government. Mitch McConnell and the Senate will be back in Washington on Monday, which means their first order of business will be to deal with the stimulus negotiations. That is their first order of business. That is their number one task. That is their main priority at this point. That is directly from Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell also sees a need for stimulus, but at a much smaller scale. He does not just want to write a large check to go out to just the American people and to different places in this economy and hope it helps. He wants to really provide targeted stimulus to the people that need it the most. Most reports are indicating that Mitch McConnell will most likely try to pass another $500 to $600 billion stimulus skinny bill, which Nancy Pelosi says she is not having any of it and will not support a $500 billion skinny bill at this point. So, Nancy Pelosi demands a more comprehensive stimulus package that Republicans, and Mitch McConnell specifically, will not support and cannot get behind. No matter where the economy is, no matter how much the American people are struggling, Mitch McConnell and Republicans cannot support a large stimulus package. Nancy Pelosi, on the other hand, says it's needed. Having a divided Congress will make stimulus negotiations much harder. We will most likely continue to see the same back and forth that we saw for the past 2 to 3 months. We may have answers, we may not have answers. We will know, very soon who Joe Biden is going to pick for his cabinet members. And Mitch McConnell, whether he has something to say about that or not, well, we will see. What we do know is that the stimulus negotiations moving forward are going to be intense. In addition to a divided Congress, many experts believe that President Trump is not willing to sign a large stimulus bill to further push the nation into debt under his watch. President Trump was reported to agree on a large, very large, biggest stimulus package we've ever seen. He was reported to do that if he won the election. However, all indications right now are pretty much pointing to Joe Biden being president. So because of that, many are saying that a large stimulus package under President Trump will not happen. What you need to keep in mind is President Trump is still the president of the United States until January 21st, 2021. So it is still up to him. It is still up to Mitch McConnell. It's still up to Nancy Pelosi and potentially up to Steve Mnuchin as well as to how much stimulus they are willing to offer the American people. Because as of right now, President Trump will not be rewarded with any of the stimulus. And what I mean by that is, even if he passes a stimulus package, a comprehensive stimulus package, to provide, more federal unemployment, PPP funding to boost the economy and get businesses open again. He provides more stimulus checks to the American people, funding for schools, the United States Postal Service, rental assistance, food assistance, and so much more. It's taken so long, it will not actually show up on his numbers. This is going to pretty much help Joe Biden. And so as of right now, based on how President Trump has been kind of laying things out, and the Trump campaign has been wording different things, it's not looking likely that President Trump is going to offer this to the American people and sign off on a stimulus package at this point, because it's just going to help Joe Biden in his presidency. So as of right now, there's still some games being played, and so we will see moving forward what this means for stimulus. Also, many reports do indicate that as of right now, some advisors for President Trump are saying they don't recommend him to sign a stimulus package either, which could make it very difficult for Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi to negotiate a deal, or Steve Mnuchin, whoever is going to be the negotiator on this, to come up with a stimulus package that both parties can support. Because as of right now, what we know is a large stimulus package is pretty much out of the question. We also know that a smaller stimulus package is going to be the best or most likely scenario moving forward. However, Nancy Pelosi will not support this. This could mean that stimulus won't happen until maybe the end of January, possibly sometime in February. If this is what happens, then we will be in a world of hurt. We can almost guarantee that. There are many fiscal cliffs coming at the end of this year as well. On December 31st, 2020, we will have unemployment for self-employed and gig workers that will end. That means if you are an Uber driver, a Lyft driver, a hairdresser, a photographer, a freelancer, you will not have any support for unemployment. Whether that is, you're getting paid a full amount from unemployment or you're getting paid a partial amount because you're still working. Right now, that all ends. Student loan deferral, that is up on December 31st, 2020. That means if you have student loans, federal-backed student loans, you will have to now start to pay them. Also, the federal eviction moratorium will be up. This is through the CDC. So this means there could potentially be over 10 million evictions filed in the first week or first few weeks within January. What many experts are predicting is that the next stimulus package will be much smaller than the $1.9 trillion package that President Trump offered just 1 week ago. This is huge. This is a short time frame. 1 week. 1 week is all it took. And we went from $1.9 trillion that we could have had, which would have provided stimulus to everybody. We could have went from that to now we're going to potentially see a $500 billion stimulus package. It's almost $1.5 trillion less, simply because Nancy Pelosi did not want to accept this. Well, right now, what we know is whatever stimulus package comes through will most likely include funding for the PPP program. It will most likely include funding for testing and tracing and treatment. It will most likely include liability protections and funding for schools. And it could possibly mean a stimulus check to the American people. Stimulus checks, however, are not seen as a priority for the Republicans. What about Kamala Harris's $2,000 stimulus check, the retroactive stimulus check? This is a question I've been getting a lot. People want to know, well, being that Kamala Harris is going to be the vice president, and she was also the one that proposed the $2,000 per month stimulus check, could we see that? And here's my answer to you. This will never happen. This will never happen under a Republican Senate. This will never happen. Okay? So all those people that are saying a $2,000 stimulus check, it's coming, just wait, we're going to see it. It's very unlikely. It would never happen under a Republican Senate. I just don't see that happening. Retroactive stimulus checks might not be the thing of the Republican Senate either. They will not get behind any retroactive stimulus check. They may get behind retroactive unemployment. However, it would be at a much smaller scale. It would not be at $400. Guarantee it's not going to be at $400. They could potentially get behind it for $300. It's not going to go from September 6th all the way to January 31st. It's just not going to go that far. It could potentially be a couple months, but it's not going to be 4 months. I can guarantee that. This also means, based on what most experts are predicting, that the days of providing more funding for things is now over, that President Trump will be leaving office. And the Senate Republicans, the GOP, will go back to their conservative ways to avoid more debt. This is not good news for stimulus. This is great news for things like the stock market because, being that we have a divided government, that means that no bill can just go and be passed for whatever reason without much, much support or much, pressure on the other side. So for stimulus, this is not great. This is good for the stock market. This is potentially good for, housing, real estate, business. But as far as stimulus, this isn't good. This also means that the largest stimulus package that we will see would have been under President Trump, not Biden. The GOP, the Senate Republicans, they were reported, based on multiple reports I read just the past few days, and after we started to get word that yes, Joe Biden was potentially going to be the winner, and he was predicted the winner, but it wasn't called yet. But many reports were indicating that the largest stimulus package we would see would be $1.9 trillion. And that would happen under President Trump, not under Joe Biden. Under Joe Biden, they're saying the largest stimulus package we may see might only be for $1 trillion. And whether it has a stimulus check attached to it is currently unknown. Now, the other outcome is, what if the Senate does go and it's a split 50-50 tie. It could potentially happen, but that's not what is being predicted at this point. If the Senate does go to a 50-50 tie, the tiebreaker will go to Kamala Harris, which means Democrats would have swept this entire election. If this happens, we could potentially see a $2.5 to $3 trillion stimulus package, and everything would be included. Stimulus checks, retroactive, unemployment checks, retroactive, everything, right? It's all there. So, what I can tell you right now is that we will have many more questions over the next 2.5 months. We will have a lot of questions answered based on whatever President Trump decides to do. Hopefully we'll have answers in the next couple of weeks, but again, we just don't know. We will have more answers on Monday regarding stimulus based on what Mitch McConnell decides to do and the Senate decides to do. And as soon as we have more information, I promise I will come back and keep you updated on everything that's going on. Just want to thank you guys for your support here on this channel. It's greatly appreciated. Consider subscribing so I can keep you updated on all things stimulus and help you with ways to make money. Again, I just want to thank you. So until next time, hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you guys on the next one.